Hello everybody, Darren here, and welcome back to Total War Rome 2 Dividend Impera as Rome. We're picking up where we left off, which was over 2 weeks ago. What the hell happened? Well, I've got no good excuse. Now, if you're just watching in the future, for me, from when I've recorded, you know, you might just be rolling from one episode into the other. Might not feel like any gap for you. But I just wanted to let people know, obviously, it has been over 2 weeks. And in that time, I just got dragged away by multiple other things. I do work on Manor Lords as a designer. I am part-time on that team, but it's obviously a great privilege to be there, and that just takes priority when things get very busy. And then obviously I have another channel that gets very busy too. So that's basically, there's no good reason, nothing bad happened in my life or anything. I can't pin it on anything. I just say it's bad time management, and I got busy with some, unfortunately, what I would deem as higher priority things. So I really love playing this campaign and everything, but that is what happened. And then as time goes on, it gets harder and harder to devote the time to come back, because it's like, oh, I need more time now to remember what was going on. But I just said, screw it. I'll just jump back in. How hard can it be? I know roughly what's going on. I watched the last 30 minutes of my previous episode to film myself back in. And, yeah, well, I was like cleaning the apartment and stuff, which is funny, listening back to myself. But anyways, let's catch up on what's going on. So, we had just attacked Nosis, and they sallied out, and it was a tough battle. They were very all chaotic all over the battlefield. I just genuinely remembered that even without watching the video. But I remember we lost one of these units, I think, right? One of the mercenary spearmen that we had, or the veteran hoplites we saw, who had like eye patches and grey hair and stuff, which is pretty cool. And yeah, we're looking just to obviously solidify the island, and the plan was part of a greater plan to capture all of Hellas, right? So if we take Nosis out, we have 2 out of 3. We're waiting on going for Athens. We thought maybe they might attack us first. I don't see their army now, though. Can't remember if I noticed them back off. They do have a fleet out here. Oh, no, there's transports. That could be the army. Ooh. Pretty strong-looking general, actually. Anyways, I think if we attack them, we'll become unreliable. And I believe if we attack these guys, we become unreliable. That was another plan, to go for the Cantabri. Kind of want to get in there before the Lusitani do, right? So the Lusitani are our client. Just making sure. So yeah, they're our client state, and we wanted to keep them alive and encourage having more clients. Difficult thing in this game, of course, as I mentioned many times over, is that if you share culture, right, if you share a province, this is one province, we share it with the Lusitani, it makes culture very difficult to push. And if culture is difficult to push, then public order is difficult to maintain. Now, public order is through the roof at the moment. Well, that's Numantia, first of all, but we should be looking here. It is positive at the moment, so that's fine. But we do have armies and generals and things like helping bolster it, and we're kind of converting things. But left to fester, the Iberian culture will make it very difficult on us. But I'm willing to try and just keep the Lusitani under one province or one region, and we'll take out the Cantabri. But we were previously friends with them. We kind of played around with them to an extent, so I think we have to wait just a few more turns. My plan is to go for spring, so it's autumn at the moment. So it'll be winter, and then spring we'll launch an attack, and we'll just make do with it. We're pulling armies back. I can't remember where these guys were going. So Classes 2, Minerva, the fleet, and then a small little Legio 3, Sicilia. We could drop them off at Sicily, maybe disband some of these guys, or keep... Like, I don't really think I need the Ligurians or the Hastati. And then make a fresh legion out of these guys. Similarly, Legio 4, Africa. I thought for the roleplay of it, it'd be kind of cool. The African campaign is over. The Brutian infantry were with us since the game start, pretty much, and the Turini pretty much as well. It'd be kind of cool just to retire them back at Taurus and Cassentia, and then, again, stamp our feet and raise a proper Roman legion here. Again, what are we going to do with them? Don't know. I think we were planning on something like handling Egypt, potentially. So that's basically where I'm at. Now, good news, making good money. Politically, we're doing fine. There is a political event, actually, we could kick off with, so it requires our attention. A legendary gladiator nears the end of his time in the arena, and the streets are abuzz with with rumors of how he will end his illustrious career. Free him, keep him in the arena, send him on tour. So sending him on tour, I imagine public order across the land, right? People will be happy, pleased to see him. Spreading Roman culture. Keep him in the arena. What would you get for doing that? I don't know. Maybe commerce increase because people pay to go see him in Rome. Or free him. Keep him in the arena. +5 public order per turn. A local legend. Is that... I just don't know. Is that what would happen? It seems mean, but we'll keep him in the arena. You're born there, you'll die there. And we'll see, I guess, maybe next turn what happens. Part of me was like, yeah, send him on tour, but I don't think we need the culture that badly, except for in Greece. So I don't know if it's that worth it. Because we have our armies there. Alright, so just for another one last quick sit rep on where the armies are. So I'll just quickly go over this, right? We have Fullo, son of Libo here. So those two are together, nice full stacks. I don't think we've got anything down this way, so we're all good in Africa. Nothing moving along the coast of Africa anymore. We have 2 legions in Iberia, so one here, Legio 5 Concordialis. So Lentulus looks like he's missing a couple of units perhaps. And then we have Brutus, who is a beast. We don't want him to just sit and rot. We want him to be proactive and do stuff. So he's probably going to go for a campaign in Gaul. Italy, of course, is northern Italy. There is a triumvirate of factions up here. We have Massalia, Iceni, and Ardea all kind of at war with each other to some varying degrees. Hoping Massalia gets pushed out. I'm hoping then one becomes the dominant. But if no one does anything, my hand will somewhat be forced. And we may just... The problem is we're trading with all these. So again, it would be another bit of a waiting game because we'd have to break that. I don't want to become treacherous, so we'd have to think about that. Okay, so then we have the Legion we talked about that's crossing over. It's obviously quite empty at the moment or under strength. We then have Legio for Africa, like I said, might make them a full Legion also. And I think that's it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 active in the field as it stands. Now our capacity I think is 12, and we have some of them being, 2 of them are governors. So we have Governor Fleet Admiral down there. Governor Army hanging out here. Governor Army in Roma, obviously. And I think that's it. So I'm pretty sure I'm all caught up. Province-wise, money, looking good. 2 provinces not taxed right now. Tarraconensis, hence... so even public order is even worse than I thought. Yeah, so there's only 9 public order without tax. Hellas, of course, a very wealthy region. It was the most wealthy region in the game, I think, until we started chipping away at it. So Athens obviously share a part of that. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it then. Okay, let's just get to it. So let's just attack. We'll auto-resolve this. Should be nice and easy. We'll just balanced attack state, please. Hopefully you don't lose too much there. Not bad. Yeah, it was a little touch and go that we might have lost one of the more understrength units, but we're okay. So I actually saw a comment that said, like, oh, please subjugate. Like Nosis. I don't know why them specifically, but no, we're just going to occupy. Sorry. Yeah, main reason, again, is just culture. Culture. If there was better subjugation mechanics in this game, I'd be doing less of that. I have no problem subjugating people if they are beyond our provincial lines, like these guys. A perfect client, right? Because they're just 2 regions, they're outside of our borders, they can't bleed their culture into ours. It's great. No problem with that. It's when we share a province that it becomes quite micromanagey. Not impossible, but it's like, yeah, you probably want to station a governor there forever, you know? Just to keep the public order up. So it's a little dicey. But next up will be Athens. So I don't know how long... It takes 10 turns to cool down, but I don't know when we broke the trade agreement. So again, it would be another year before we make that attack. An attack on Athens is an attack on Macedon. An attack on Macedon, I feel like, if we were to go for them directly... could bring in the Ptolemies, Egypt. Let's just check really quickly. If I was to go to war here, no,
and try to do it well.
Yeah, so attacking Athens brings in their defensive ally of Egypt, but also the client state owner of Macedon. Now they might refuse. Either one might refuse if they deem us too big of a threat, or they might band together and come at us. But the other thing would be, if you wanted to break that up and cheese the game, you could just go straight for the attack on Macedon. Oh, interesting. Oh, no, it's not. It is interesting. They're military allies. I was going to say you could divide it up a bit. If we went to them, we'd only be at war with Macedon and their clients. But no, it turns out they actually are military allies of Egypt. So a little Greek alliance going on there. Hellenic alliance. Nice to see. So yeah, that would be a pretty big one, right? It'd be basically a sort of a east versus west sort of situation at that point. Rome versus Egypt, Macedon, and Athens, and maybe other Greeks that might kind of join the fray. Interesting. Now we can see their fleets. A fleet there and another fleet there. We've only got 2 fleets, I believe. So yeah, things are actually kind of getting interesting if we were to go to war with Egypt, which we obviously will eventually. I don't want to start looking into this. So you're just staying here, keeping an eye on what's going on up there. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so build-wise, don't think there's much to do. I had a quick, brief look around. We did have, yeah, 1 or 2 down in Africa, but I think beyond that, we're not expanding anything just yet. I'm waiting for Rome to grow. Okay. Okay, so one of the first things, I guess we'll just get a couple of extra units here from our boy in Iberia. But we can't get Romans, that's the rule. We could get local, I'd be okay with. Marian volunteer legionaries. Bolster the ranks of the legion. Poor and propertyless volunteers are armed at the expense of the local government. What else we got? Scutari. Iberian Scutari spearmen. Yeah, so we'll be low on spearmen, actually. They might be a kind of nice unit to go with. Asturian axemen. Let's go with the spearmen. We don't have any, so a little compliment to the army. Oh yeah, we got the cavalry recently, didn't we? Is it in Brutus's army? Yes, Celt-Iberian heavy cavalry. It's coming back to me. I'm remembering. Okay, so that's fine. We need to upgrade the province here. So Kurthan doesn't have anything going on. Can't remember what I was designating this place, but maybe it's just more food. I know we've got 34 food, which is decent, but as we continuously expand east and stop taxing, we don't get any food back out of those provinces, so they cost us food. So we need a good food surplus of like 30 or between 30 and 50 all the time, I would say, if you're expanding. But it depends. So Kurthan doesn't have any industry here. Could build a quarry just to get more industry. I guess I'll just go with food. Sorry for taking so long. Okay, let's see who else needs something. Just flipping through all of them really quickly. Nothing that I can really see off the rip. A lead smelter would be good. And then we can boost Ars to get better lead. Maybe get the Medicus increase. So that would consume food. This would add public order unrest, and so would this. And this consumes food. So we're just eating about another 8 food, potentially. We're gaining 8 public order, and we're costing ourselves 8 public order. So that should all balance out, I hope. Ooh, and then maybe Numantia could do the same thing. Right. So more on the trade resource or more for ourselves? I'd say the trade hub. This is more of a defensive building. Heavy unit recruitment cost is reduced. Siege holdout time increased. So yeah, we'll go with the trade hub copper. Alright, so 131,000. Let's just get a refresher on diplomacy. So our filtering by attitude. The people that like us the most are some of our clients here, but they're not very happy at the moment. Epirus still haven't traded with us. Macedon are actually one of the happiest with us, interestingly. And so are Egypt. It would be an awful shame if we were to break that suddenly. But, because we could just go mental up in Gaul. Well, you could do both, but it would be harder. Alright, so diplomacy seems okay. A little... No one really likes us, though. That would be the problem. Can relate. Okay, so diplomatically, we have our clients here. 2 clients, another one there, another one there. So 4 in total. Great. They're feeding us a little bit of income. Alright, I don't think there's much else to really consider. Oh, maybe just fleets. So how many turns do you have left at sea? 6. And did we move the other guys? No. So let's move them. Let's do our movement now. So you guys coming over to Italy. You are going to march up here. And I don't think I was going to move anyone else that I can recall. I'll leave this fleet here to get these guys off the island. I don't think I'm just going to stay there. Rhodes is always an interesting one. They always beg me for trade and stuff, and I don't think I ever gave in to non-aggression. 1,400 square kilometers is the largest island of the Greek Dodecanese something group, located in the... I'm so sorry for the pronunciation, by the way. I know that's just definitely not it. Dodecanese, probably, would be the term. Southeastern Aegean. Anyway, the island is also a famous cultural center, and for the Colossus and famous for the Colossus of Rhodes statue. Demetrius attempted to take the island and shortly... This is definitely written weird. Demetrius attempted to take the island in shortly after the death of Alexander the Great, but was ultimately unsuccessful after a year-long siege. The entrepreneurial Rhodians sold Demetrius siege equipment and used the proceeds to build a massive 32-meter high bronze statue of their patron god Helios, Colossus of Rhodes, one of the 7 wonders of the world, and I believe it gives some sort of trade benefit to everybody. Definitely worth having. Pergamon ruling the rest of that province. And weren't we friends with someone in here? It might have been Iconion. So how are we doing with Rhodes? What's the situation? Not good. And trading for a value of 318. Pergamon, they're also not good. Why? Expansionism. Military actions against Nosis, they didn't like that. That's understandable. Treaties with the Garmentians, and broken treaties with Athens. Broken treaties with Athens? What did I ever break with Athens? I don't know. Alright, let's just undo these buildings. We'll get a harbor. I'm going to delete the military barracks on the island of Rhodes. And kind of tempted to get grain silos here because it gives you a reduction in banditry, but also like the increase of supply. Does it reach over the sea? Supply line +1 regions. It would help with Asia Minor. I'll just go with it. Why not? Because it adds unit replenishment, so it might be a good stopgap between going down and back if we need to. A logistical hub. Alright, well there we go. Whew, lot to do. Politically, I think we're good, right? Loyalties, okay. Could be better for the Gens Junior. And one of the things I did was look over some of the characters here. I'm not seeing the guy. Oh yeah, that's the different. Okay, never mind. Anyway, alright, let's just end the turn there. That's fine. Actually, it's not that fine. Let's give him a boost. Right, so Dread Commander. This is young Fullo, our son. Warcry. So we want to go down that chain, or were we trying to get to something else? Chance of evading enemy agents. I don't care about that. Movement range on the campaign. Morale for all units. So this would be enemy morale for all units, isn't it? Yeah. So boost our morale and lower theirs. Our morale is always really high anyway, so I feel like that's not as important. But the movement range, I guess, is good. Extra morale for all units during battle in foreign territory and number of battle captives. Yeah, this guy's evil, so he takes captives. Missile damage inflicted by siege weapons. It would be good to start getting some siege engines going. Extra morale again during defensive. Now, we'll go with the less attritional losses during sieges and better siege equipment. So, this is enables construction of medium siege engines and reduction of construction costs in the region that you're in. Yeah, okay. Engineering experts. Alright, we're looking good.
All would surely benefit if we agreed to open trade.
The trade agreement with the Cantabri. They're desperate. Well, I'm sorry, guys. We broke it off for a reason, and I think you know what it is. Alrighty, adoption. Another family seeks to adopt one of your characters. Character adopted or treasury -800. Yeah, obviously stop it. Stop the adoption. Little fun fact. I'm adopted. Your concealed agent has been found by... That's fine. Missing supplies in Hellas. Oh yeah, we just had that recently as well. Holy moly, we're up to 28,000. Yeah, we must have just had that in Latium, I think. That makes a lot more sense. We're making really good money then. Legend of the Sands. The gladiator graced the sands for several more years. But the day came when an opponent was just a little quicker. He died a valiant death on the sands. Local legend. So we did get the... Okay. But that's just what it said anyway. Would it have been different if we chose a different option? How am I to know? Or how was I to know? It's not like it knew I was going to pick that one. Trap failed. Marcus Achilles Albus. Oh, you tried to trap my veteran. I see. Right, we left our veteran behind while we came down here. Gotcha. Yeah, I'd say just get off this now, out of here, and go into patrol stance. How many turns do you have? 5 turns of supply. It'd be nice to get them off and get them replenished. I don't know. I'm a bit worried about some of the fleets around here. I mean, we do have... Yeah. Let's go with the fishing boats for the fish resource and just leave it at that. It would be great to bring them back, but we might want to bring someone else over first to make an exchange. So, these guys have reached Italian soil. So yeah, I think it might be time to retire the Brutians. You know, to be honest, having them for so long, I'm surprised they're at bronze 2. How are you not like gold experience by now? The missile infantry always get gold because they get so many kills. And these guys did well. They did well enough. Like, they're not amazing, but pretty well. But it is what it is. Say goodnight. Goodbye, Brutians. Retirement. They were recruited around the Taurus region, same province, so let's say goodbye. And it's kind of tempted to do the same for the Turini. They were pretty good at like doing those flanking runs, these like axe assault infantry. But again, I'm just gonna straight up Romanize. Veteran legions. Legionary. Yep, let's get a couple of those, please. And that comes from the plebeian class. Okay. The proletarii is for the regular legionary. Really? Oh yeah, I guess so. Proletarii. I'm sorry to be so quiet, but Peregrini means foreigners. Proletarii, just like third class citizen. I didn't think it got lower than plebeian. Shows what I know. But anyway, I thought, from my memory, it was like, oh, the reforms that happen allow you to recruit from the plebeian class. But it's even lower than that. It's like, oh, okay. Fair enough. We've already got 4 plus these 2, and then we've got some Velite equivalents. So we have the Ligurian cavalry here. What do we have? Marian legionary cavalry. Tarentine cavalry that are Romanized. Yeah. 1, 2, another one of the Marian legionary cavalry, so that's leaving us with 2 slots left. The Balearic slingers are really good. Oh, actually, we already have the Romanized Numidian cavalry, so we don't need the Tarentines. Not really. Damn, what else could we get then? Thraea spears? A little quick to move, speedy spear unit. Again, we don't have any, so yes. Can't think of much use for them, but I'd like to keep them near, like, the missiles, you know? Alright, 2 more units to go. So we've got 2 cavalry. Well, we've got 4 cavalry plus the general 5. I guess just more infantry, really. Or we could leave it empty and recruit something locally out, like further out. But no, I'll just go. Yeah, sorry to be so indecisive. We'll just get more regular legionary. It's 2 more turns before we can get them anyway. Alright, so they're good. The next guy's coming over. They're going to do much the same. You can drop them off here now. How many turns? You've got 6 turns at sea, so we'll just get close. We don't want to dock and upset Sicily any further. And then the army itself, in you go. Right. Now, again, similar thing here. I would say that, oh yeah, we have like Sicilian things. The crossbow infantry. Sorry, my cat just literally let himself in, and Rosie kind of came in scrambling and like pulled him out. It was like that. I don't know if anyone's seen that clip of, there's a guy in like Sky News, and it's some like political thing, and he's like talking very seriously, and then his daughter just barges in behind him. He doesn't even look. And then a few seconds later, like the nanny, I think, or maybe her mother, bursts in the door. She's like falling over, like pulls her out, like slowly out the back of the room, and then closes the door. It's so funny. It's kind of like that, except in a much less serious situation. Arguably more serious, I think. Right, so crossbow infantry. The unit is a forerunner of the medieval arbalesters. The Gastrofetes crossbow, however, is more handheld siege weapon than a battlefield weapon. The army of Syracuse is one of the first to use this, with 1 unit of Silioi under the tyrant Dionysius I. Later, this weapon would find its way into the Macedonian army of Alexander, used during several sieges by specifically trained soldiers to kill city defenders. I think it'd be cool just to see him, although we do have some archers in this army. And then the baggage train. Yeah, not much going on down here, but let's just get him for the fun of it. We'll get, you know what, I'll just get 1, a little specialized unit. And we'll obviously go further, we'll get some Italian troops. We're on Italian soil now, reform the unit, boom. Alright. You are going to head east, please. The fleets are going to be needed out there. Construction complete. To wine trader. Hick. That's funny. All good. Quartermaster reports Scutari. Alliance forged between Hake, aka Armenia, and Arch Bosphorus. Don't worry about that. Faction joins war. Pergamon have joined a war against Sinope. Who have they joined, though? They must have joined someone else who's at war with them. Faction destroyed. Sinope. Okay, well, that was quick. Alright, and we're missing supplies in Hellas. Ooh, that's a rough one. That's for food and replenishment of the armies. Right, 1 more turn and we're gonna... Oh my god, look at this. Absolute standoff. Oh yeah, they know what's up. We're ready to go, so let's march forward and join our buddy up here. It's a bit overkill, but we'll just smash them. Just absolutely smash them. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. Little chill winter. Don't really have to do anything for building. Only the wine trader completed, so we can always just pay attention to what completes to know what needs to be done. Nothing different up here. RDA are absolutely huge. Do they own the coastline now? No, that's someone else. I just thought by the map, maybe. Any movement in Egypt? So the Garamantians have crossed over into Cyrene territory. And they're raiding it right on the border. That is so annoying for them. Alright, good job, I guess. We're making 30 grand. I'm just going to say it again. 30,000 denarii. So looking damn good. 20,000 of it coming from Latium alone. Awesome. Yeah, we should hand out some of this money to make some friends next turn. Before we do our betrayals.
Affection and respect.
I think we got this before. You know, defensive alliance from Macedon. Who are at war, or I mean, who are also clients of Athens and military allies with the Ptolemies and defensive allies with our other client. This is how, it's so messed up. Like, how do we have a client? Well, I guess it makes sense because it's like, you'll defend them. But in theory, my guys will defend Macedon. I guess they'll pick between us. Yeah, I guess it kind of makes sense, but it's just, it seems so strange. Like, you shouldn't really be able to sign autonomous pacts and agreements if you're my client, I feel like. It's like, I should allow that. But, you know, whatever. I'm going to say no. It just complicates things so much. It'd be so unpredictable who will join who when anything happens. So I'm just going to say no for ease of diplomatic uncertainty.
We have fine goods, and you
Again,
doubtless have
trade,
much that we
money.
would find
They're offering
desirable.
us money as well. Never really see that. Alright, hidden agent exposed. That's all fine. Failed the mission, apparently. Pirates have been spotted. Acclimatising. Only 13 units. We could make quick work out of those guys. 5 turns to get back to... You've got less, don't you? 4. Yeah, you go north. Papyrus Cursor will handle these guys. To be honest, actually, to keep them in there in case they come out, we could bring both up. And that would really smash them. So both fleets are going to just... What's this called again? This Adriatic, isn't it? Yes, they could just basically lock down the Adriatic. And work on those. Right, faction destroyed. Iconian. What? Oh, sorry. Mine are called Koinan Ton Itolan. I don't know where... Oh, Iconian are the ones we just looked at over here. Oh, they're gone. Just like that. Construction reports. All right, we've got a bunch built. So, Mastia. Old Carthage. Trading post. Latrines. They're going to be happy. Fountains at Tarico. I mean, what did the Romans ever do for us? Am I right? Look at what we're doing for everybody. Sanitation. Fountains. Boosting trade, making money for everybody. It's great. What could you possibly be annoyed about? Right, let's go to war. So, I don't know if this will make us treacherous or not. In fact, if we go here first, the Cantabri, we are steadfast, good reliability. I feel like it's been long enough.
Although my ancestors and people...
Oh yeah, we stayed
Have your
steadfast.
women bid farewell to their men, for your head.
All right. All right, Brutus.
At your command.
Get ready.
We cannot pass here.
We cannot pass here. Let's get both armies up together. I want to smash these guys. They're probably going to run away like cowards.
At once.
But then we'll lock them down at the settlement.
Commander.
Are both of us involved in this fight? I would imagine so. Ooh, Brutus is like on his own.
Retreat.
How do I make them both get in there?
At your command.
So this is all zoned out of its mind.
Ready for battle.
So stop there.
Commander.
This would definitely do it.
Attack.
That's more like it. Still a huge battle though. 9,000. It's actually 10,000 men, isn't it? Just about 9,900, I think. And we have 6,800. I wonder, could I have done it with just Brutus? Maybe. His army is absolutely beastly. I know the units might look normal or whatever. Good experience, that's fine. But remember, he has all those additional buffs on it. So he is a beast. and they can't even field all of this all at once. That is the garrison army that will be coming out. The flaming swords, excuse me, of Netto, and the horns of Netto. All right, let's get into it. All right, so we've loaded in, and I just took the liberty to deploy over here on the left side of the battle map. So it looks like they just start with the high ground, basically. They might rush forward, who knows what they'll do, but given that, I thought it'd be best to approach from this side, so it's a slightly steadier incline up. It's not too bad, maybe. At least on the right side, it's pretty harsh. Our other army's coming in from here, so we're going to try and move them up this way. Maybe some cavalry could wrap around that direction. We have our new cavalry to have a look at here. So these are the Ambacaro Eponis. So basically, cavalry and wealthy retainers of the Lord. It looks like extremely effective against infantry with a bonus to infantry of 4. Shock cavalry, really high melee attack as well. So, and good morale. So they should be excellent at just getting stuck in there in a big flank. Possibly even just charging units straight up from the front and just smashing it, depending on what it is. If it's not a spear unit, they'll probably do okay. Brutus, he's confident in them. Not a problem. All right, let's begin.
General!
Start moving.
I stand with you today, confident.
Just a slow and steady march. I'm going to collapse this down just so we can get a better view of everything going on.
Victory! Victory! And when we have it,
We're roaming now, boys.
I'm sure their baggage is well stocked with good riddance.
It's going a little mad, I would say, over there. Alright, looks like their other army is coming in from this side. So Brutus is really taking on the... Oh dear. Sorry, I just completely couldn't speak anymore. I had to get a drink. So, Brutus, as I was saying, has got basically the entire force on this side to himself, which he loves. So the other army that's coming in, they're just about in now. Start moving them forward also. They might not even make it to the battlefield at this rate. The cavalry certainly could to maybe help. What do we have? The Tarentine cavalry here, plus the general. All right, march forward this way. It's gonna get the general out and around to the left. It's gonna be difficult to get that infantry. We'll probably go up the hill and down.
General!
I don't know if we can do an assault uphill with one army against like the equivalent of 2.5 armies. It'll be a little challenging, perhaps.
Orders understood.
While mulling about in different directions, Iberian swordsmen, spearmen. Pretty generic units there, at least. What were they? Oh, I didn't see those. Ambatici, maybe? Cantabrian medium infantry. Skirmishers. Don't see much cavalry. Just 1 or 2 units so far. They do look like they're going to try and hold this high ground by the looks of things.
Cavalry!
Tarentines could do a little scouting. Maybe curl their way up this way and launch a few javelins and see what's going on. Oh, I actually told these guys to run. Whoops. It would be nice to kind of keep pressing them and try to catch them off that hill. I don't know what's going on. What's happening? Frame rate's dying. Nobody's moving.
Missiles!
Great.
Ready and waiting.
Damn. Now I remember why I took a break from this. Am I joking?
Service to Rhodes.
Alright, get back where you were. Let's go back
At
forward
your
here.
service.
This is just disappearing on me. Hang on, let me pause it for a second so they can stop freaking out for a minute. There we go. And by they, I mean them. They're freaking out. They probably like want to get up here. There's not enough room or something. The pathfinding's messing up. I don't know what's going on.
Shock cavalry ready.
Look, what has just happened? There we go. Oh my god, it's such a massive bodies, such a, yeah, massive men is what I was gonna say, but I guess that's it. Alright, let's go up the hill. Where's the army? Here we are. They're gonna take a while to get together. The cavalry is now running uphill on the right side. I'll try to let you know where I'm orientated because I know I move around a little quickly sometimes. Other generals caught up to the battle. Who is this? It's Furious Lentulus. Oh my god, this is so annoying. It's like to move the group, I have to pause it. Alright. Their general is just there at the front. Are you just gonna straight up go for me? Okay. Let's get the general in. Where's Lentulus? Oh my god. Well, they got up the hill. I didn't want to run, so it's my fault, I guess. Just turned our back on one of them as well. Alright, we'll just keep spreading around with the cavalry, though, and form a perimeter. They're going to be the key to all this. Just like Jar Jar Binks. Alright, our guys are throwing on the cavalry a little bit. Just have fire at will on, so yeah, that's fine by me. Catch a few of those cavalry units off. Furious pull back. Form the line. Good lads. Tighten the noose, I guess. Even though we have to go uphill, if we can get the other army to go uphill at the same time, maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Start running. Let's pull these back a bit. They are firing on me, are they? Oh no, they're not a missile unit. Okay. You just stay here, but spread out. This is a situation. We're forming around them, but there is a giant hill in the way, so it makes it a bit difficult. But they are, like, pretty trapped in there, to be honest. Even from this angle. Like, they don't have a solid line going for them at all. Alright, let's start running over to the left a little bit. Let's get the Furious to pull back over to the left. Maybe meet up with Brutus a bit more. You guys spread pretty wide, please. It's going to be hard for the cavalry, though, to go uphill. And we're near the red line. The perimeter of the battlefield. See some slings firing down on us, just a little bit. They're running, it's just gonna take a while.
Missiles awaiting targets. Legionaries. Happy to serve Rome.
Alright. Let's do a testudo formation just for a minute while we get that. We're waiting on the other armies. Just while they're throwing stuff on me, just try to at least absorb some of that. It's just little slings coming in. Not too bad. Attacking testudo. These guys just have. Oh, is this attacking testudo? No, it's. Oh, it is. Yeah. It's funny just hearing them ping off the shields. Oh my god, this is. They've gotten mental. Right, is there a difference between these units? Nope. So basically, we just want to do something like that. But run. Spears can just chill in the back. The archers, as long as you're up on this mini hill, you'll have good aim. Alright, they're still not biting. They're not coming at us. Oh, actually, maybe I've spoken too soon. They might be.
At your service. Cohorts parading. In the name of Rome.
We are absolutely flooring them with our javelins, though. Might be a little overkill doing that on a few pockets units. I mean, you could probably save up and hit the really big ones in the back, but I don't mind, whatever.
Legionaries. In the name of Rome.
Okay. Well, the other army's almost here. The encirculation is almost complete.
Iberian cavalry.
Let's keep rotating these guys around a bit. So these are the guys that are going to be great against infantry. These ones will do a little bit better against cavalry. These will just throw some volleys, almost as a distraction tack. Oh my god. They've been buffed. Our archers are there now, though. Are these guys super tired now? No, they're still fresh, moving fast. They just slow down on the hills a lot. Seem to have started to pull their attention over this way. Let's pull their attention out this way now as well. Let's begin to press just a little harder.
General, your orders.
Am I crazy? Oh yeah, I was gonna say, where's Furious? He's here in the back.
Legionary cavalry.
Pull back.
Legionaries.
Alright, I think it's time to get stuck in. I can see the line forming that they want. Let's go.
By your command, ready. Orders. And quick march. Ready and waiting.
Actually, you three just step together up like that. These guys are pretty much here now. This cavalry can run forward and start throwing on some of these guys. Just stay maybe about there. Alright, let's bring up the cavalry. Maybe run. Infantry is almost in position. Just need a couple little units to line up there and we'll be good. Fall back. We've created a bit of a big gap there. So don't want it to be too big. Let's plug the gap with that extra unit that we have. You guys run into that unit. You guys run into that unit. We're going to just decimate them in one hit. Fall back. Alright, so infantry now. Step forward. Close the gaps. Spear units can follow up as well. Archers are doing great just firing from this high ground. We're getting absolutely peppered by missiles though all the time here. I'm sorry I can't zoom in more, but there's so much going on. I've sent so many units, so much cavalry into this one unit. What is it? It's just an Iberian swords unit. I'm hoping the cavalry will just take them down, even though it was just straight up infantry. What we could do is take out those shock cavalry units and rotate them now back around into the backs of these. So that's what we're dealing with. So it's kind of still uphill even from this angle. It's not great. It's super laggy, man. Okay. How are you guys doing? Okay, that's a bit better. You've started to engage some guys. Bring our missile cavalry back in again. I can't believe they've actually managed to hold... Oh, we're actually destroying them, so that's good. There they go. They're about to break now. Right, pull out. You guys can come into the backs in a second. That unit's about to break. Just get out of there. You are absolutely torn apart. I'm so sorry that I let it get that bad. 150 men dead. Just survive. At this point, survive. Right, let's begin. Everyone needs to find a match. Right, these excellent Celt-Iberian cavalry, we're going to help that right side with them. Legionary cavalry can pull out for now. It's actually a tougher fight than I was giving it credit for. We need to buff these guys, I think. Let's push forward and engage. Right, what do we got? Inspire. Let's just pause it for a second. So we have improves the melee range skill of all nearby units for an extended period of time. Rally is just morale. Improved second wind, that's for when you're really tired, but you'll be exhausted afterwards. Battle rhythm. Gradually increase this combat skill of nearby units for an extended period of time. At the end of the effect, the unit will gain experience at great... Sorry, will experience great exertions. It's kind of the same as the other one, actually. Alright, let's just do this then. Just get a little deeper in there so we affect more of these guys, because they're going to need it. Wow, 2 units. Good job, Darren. I don't want to do any other one yet then. Let's pull back for now. Right, we're coming over to the right-hand side to help those guys out. Archers can start firing into that mass there. They might have to run forward to do that. They should be able to. Alright, the Iberian cavalry is going to come in and smash into those backs. This will free up all these units, I reckon. Or at least most of them. Yeah, the left side was already kind of crumbled, so that's good. They're just missile units. Tarantines can handle them on their own. This is the big cheese that we want to get to. I'm surprised. I thought these guys would do way better. They're not doing as good as I thought. I haven't matched them up very well, but even still, I thought they would kind of hold their own, I guess, a bit better. Did that unit manage to escape? I don't know where they've gone. They've left the battlefield, but hopefully they'll be there afterwards. How are those archers doing? Maybe throw in some flaming shot. It's a bit of a distance. They have to move forward, do they, to do that? A little bit, yep. Alright, some of our units have gone in and hit these missile units in the back. flame on. There we go. And now if we couple that with a charge from this cavalry that we just snaked through, should be a nice morale hit for them. Archers stop firing now. General can run forward, do the battle boost. Alright, a lot of them are starting to break, so that's good. Let's do the big battle boost. Our guys will be very tired after this though, so we go all out offensive. Nice. So I actually lost one of that cavalry unit. They broke completely. What are we doing down here? Let's move these guys back up, sorry. 3 units, get up that hill, guys. The 2 spear units as well. One of you can run after that one, maybe, and the rest can come up. Come on, break. God damn it. So close to breaking. Alright, we got a big gap in the center now. General can kind of start to run through and do something. Let's get Lentulus' abilities going off as well. Throw him in there. Does he have War Cry? It hurts the morale of the enemy. Excuse me. Let's throw in their general. We've got some javelins here. 145 men in the unit. We kill him, it'll be over. Oh, you got a little friend behind us. Maybe some fire arrows will break these guys finally, I think. Just throw pockets of fire on them if we can. Good. How's the general? Brutus is already stuck in there. Cavalry's free now completely. Excellent. Now this is an outdoorsy battle. You know, we're outside the town, so we want to go chase some of these guys down. There are a few units around behind us. I wonder did I lose much people behind me and I didn't realize it. Alright, so I've redirected some of the Antisignani just to go fight some of these pockets of units that have run around this side of it. Oh yeah, they've got more units coming in all the time. That's where they're coming from. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Let's get these guys up to speed as well. Right, generals, where are you? Let's get stuck in on their generals. Turn off the firing now. That's good. And that's it. GG. They all broke. Run them down, boys. Run them down. You've no ammo left, right? No. These guys have full ammo, actually. Oh my god, what a chaotic battle, you know? It's so difficult to focus on it from a full 360 perspective with a giant hill in the middle with lag. It's fighting the lag more than anything. They did well. Like, they did well against me. I mean, we're fighting uphill, but I'm glad to see that we're not, like, super soldiers completely. Took a lot of damage. I don't think I would have been able to do it with just the one army. I would have had to somehow draw them off the hill. So we did need the other one, for sure. Now, on a level playing field, maybe not, but with the giant hill in our way, I think that was kind of necessary. Good battle to come back to, though. Just finish these guys off a little bit. Speed of time. Say goodnight. Throw again if you can. Bonk. Oh my god. Yeah. That guy's gonna... No, he's not. I was gonna say he's gonna get up, but I don't think so. Oh man. That was pretty rough. Alright, GG. Well done. Generals did well. Alright, GG. Obviously, heroic victory. Heroic victory. Didn't lose any units. Got away with it. So those guys were absolutely demolished, but yet they survived. So that's good. They lost their complete army, most of the garrison army, and the other complete army as well. So see you later. Just kill them. The Lusitani don't like these guys, so we don't want to release them. Oh my god. It might be up to the Concordialis just to go in and capture the settlement. They had less movement points spent, but also even just dealing with that little bit of garrison left over, I don't want any more units dying.
At your command.
They might have to do that on their own.
None will escape.
I'm just going to save it, because if he loses units, I'll just retreat him away from the battle. Same with this guy. It's like, oh, they might. Defensive, maybe? Okay. Good. Alright, we got away with it. Nice. Alright, yeah, just occupy. That's it. Cantabri. Good night. 2 factions wiped out in this video, first video back. So after this, well, really, we can do whatever we want. Who are we trading with up north, if anybody? I don't think anybody. I'll have to check each one, but... So the Rutini we're trading with, because they're a client to Massalia. We're allies. Our Veni, no trade with them. Namnetes, no trade with them, and nothing with the Vici. So it's the Iceni the whole way straight through down to Italy. So it makes sense to kind of wrap our way up. Take out the Arverni, Vivici, Namnetes, pacify the tribes, basically. Possibly even just buy them out, if we can. I'll look into that. And if we can, then, yeah, use their territory as a launch pad just to go attack the Iceni, because they're huge. So the biggest movers at the moment, you know, it's the Iceni, it's the RDA, and it's Egypt. Those are the biggest factions right now. I'm not sure about the Seleucids. They could be big. Or they could be really small. It's hard to tell. They start big, and they have a lot of clients. But typically they turn on them. But sometimes they end up turning on them and they take them all over and end up just huge anyway. So we'll have to see. But that's going to be it. So we captured Arcillum and we captured Nosis. We knocked out 2 additional factions. We are actually not at war with anybody now. That's it. So it's really all to play for. I mean, the next plan is to go for Athens, but it might take a few more turns before we can. And then we can go for Athens proper, and Pella could become a client. We could even liberate it, maybe, and then make it a client, or we could just make it a client straight up. It'd just be weird to have Athens there, to me, but I guess it's fine. They'd be a very disgruntled client, no doubt. And then we're able to go for the RDA from this direction. We also have the naval battle next turn as well to consider. Alright, that's going to have to be it for me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one.